Well, hi, Jody. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name's Katie O'Neill. I'm here to show you a really cool comparison today. We are going to do the Renegade Bunk model versus the Newmar Bunk model. My contact information is here. It's 303-562-8659 is my cell phone number. Please feel free to call or text me. You can also send me an email. But this is a really cool day for us. We've never really done a side-by-side comparison of these two giants in the industry. The Super C segment is just blowing up, and it's a phenomenal place to live. Here at Transwest in Frederick, Colorado, we have a phenomenal staff that has really given us the privilege of carrying two exemplary products, two of the best available in the United States. So first and foremost, today we're in a 40-foot Verona. This is a Renegade product. This is a Super C. It's a 350 horsepower engine, 1,150 foot-pounds of torque, 20,000 pound towing capacity. We're going to have kind of an equal side-by-side comparison. The Newmar that we'll look at is a 4058. This is a 40 VBH. So both are 40 feet long, plus or minus. Both are bunk models. And we're just choosing two that are kind of like to like so you can see the differences. One of the things I wanted to do today, because I think it's important, is we're going to start with this coach closed so you can kind of see what we look like now. This is your walking space. And this is with all doors closed. And you can see back here we also have access to the restroom. And I'll wait for Jody to catch up so I can open this door. But I think that this is important. You know, when you're going down the road, you've got a lot of capacity for a bunch of people, but can they get to the potty? Because you got kids. And the answer, of course, is yes. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and open this coach up. One of the things that's really cool about this particular product is Renegade uses a Firefly system, and then Newmar uses a Silverleaf system. So both are very cool. The Silverleaf system in Newmar is something that's touchpad controlled. It's something that you're going to use inside of the vehicle. The Silverleaf system is completely pad related at the higher levels, but at the entry level you don't have what you have in a Renegade. So this is one of those differentiating features, and we'll cover this throughout our video today. What I'm going to do here, and I'll just show it to you. So here I am, I'm on the app, and I'm just going to touch right here, theoretically, and I'm going to put my slides out. I don't know if I've got cell phone coverage here. Let me just pull that off. Sorry, and this is something, just so you know, I actually own a Renegade myself, so hopefully I have this coach synced to to this app and not my own. My own is actually parked right outside here. So here we go. Sorry, I was probably on the other one, but now I'm in. So I'm going to go ahead and hit slides, and I'm going to hit slide extend. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and extend this slide from inside of the coach. There's a touchpad I can use, but if I'm outside and I'm camping and I'm concerned about whether or not I'm going to hit a tree, I can actually be doing this outside while the kids are maybe getting ready for bed. My wife is making them something for dinner. You know, however it is that your family might actually function. So you can have a lot of people doing a lot of different things because you can be outside taking care of things like getting your slides set up, maybe, you know, checking and making sure you're in a good place for your hydraulic leveling jacks to go down. So both of these coaches will have a hydraulic leveling jack system, and both of them have a really roomy amount of living space. So in this 40-foot coach, you get a lot of really nice perks. And as you can see, there's a lot of room here. So let's go ahead, Jody, and get to the back. Now that we're opened up, you can see we've got quite a substantial amount of hallway space here. And this is really nice. So in the parents' bedroom, we have a king-size bed. We'll have a king in both. You'll notice that we have a really nice large mirror, big nightstands over here with underground storage next to both sides. And I shouldn't say both sides. This is a large nightstand. The other side is going to have your washer and dryer. But a lot of capacity. You know, keep books, water bottles, whatever it is that you might like. Really attractive headboard. This is a granite interior. So the difference between, I think, Newmar and Renegade is really, you know, a lot of times the Newmar I consider a motorhome, where the Renegade might be more of a motor cabin. So a little more rustic feeling. Certainly some really strong welding capacity, hardwood finishes. It's got a great smell. This maple is absolutely beautiful. It's very thick, and you've got a lot of drawer storage. Both of these companies are out of Indiana, and we really are very lucky to have a great community of Amish workers that help us to assemble these coaches and build everything. So the craftsmanship is really second to none. I use this for shoe storage. As you can see, you can fit a lot of hiking boots in there. So if you've got the kids with you, everyone can kind of have a drawer that they share. Lots of room. There's an emergency exit here, and then also you've got your day and night shades both. Television here for the parents, so they can watch a movie perhaps while the kids are up front watching their own movie. And then storage here. This is removable, so if you do have long items, you can do that. And then as you'll notice, all of these will have LED lights throughout the coach for lighting. So kind of nice there. Jody, don't be afraid. I'm gonna lock you in for just a moment. So this is a little privacy door, which is really nice for the parents as well. If you're like me, in our family, I'd rather go to bed before the kids. They'd rather stay up when we're camping and play board games. So kind of nice. You can watch a movie, get some relaxation in. Both of these coaches are going to have a Splendide washer and dryer stack. So this is a great feature. One of the nice things about these washer and dryer stacks is you can put your smelly campfire clothes in this washer or dryer. We do a lights and darks setup in my household, and we just turn on whichever one needs to go first. And you can get that smell out of the cabin, so which I think that's a really nice feature. But as you can hear when I'm closing these doors, everything here is really solid. Now you'll notice though that I have like this little plastic latch with a snap. This is really a Renegade-esque type of feature. Everything they do is much more rugged and simple. It's not hidden, it's not fancy, but it sure is solid, which is good. The doors are different. I'm going to show you this other side that we can close up here too, so we can actually give the kids some privacy in their bedroom. So we can actually close both of these doors and the kids can go to sleep. Both of these bunks are outfitted with USB ports. They both have night lights. They both have a 110 outlet, and they both have televisions. And also both of them have these privacy curtains. And I'm going to go ahead and hop inside of this bottom one just so that Jody can get kind of a fix on how much room I have. But I mean, I can go all the way up here. I've got a lot of room. I don't know if you can see me reaching, but my feet aren't touching. I'm barely touching the wall with my hand. So a lot of room. And then again, we've got these privacy curtains that latch all the way down. So this is a really nice setup for the kids. And then again, everybody gets to kind of have their own drawer. They've put as much extra storage in this coach as they can. Oops. Which I think is really helpful. And you know, this is a really great setup. So I have a king bed in the back. I've got two bunks here. I have a convertible bed both at the dining area and in the couch, and then I have an overhead sleeper. So this, you could have like 10 people in here. Sounds like a lot for me, but hey, you could do it. So needless to say, the shower head does not go on the floor. We do that because this is a winterized coach. If you come here, for instance, this coach is sold to a gentleman coming in from Texas on Monday. So if you come in from Texas, we'll winterize the coach until you get here, and then we'll put water on board and make sure that you have nice driving accommodations. But you can buy an RV from us here in Colorado year-round. We're supposed to be in the middle of a really huge snowstorm. We have 18 inches of snow up in Beaver Creek. We just don't have any here down in the flats. So if you're worried about shopping in Colorado, don't. It's a great place to come and buy an RV. And here is a medicine cabinet. And of course, you know, both of these RVs, whether it be Newmar or Renegade, do really nice like sconces, lots of storage, great place to keep toilet paper, supplies, maybe some suntan lotion, bug spray and the like. Little place here you could keep, for instance, shampoo, hairspray, maybe your hair dryer. And then once again, another towel rack, lots of counter space. And then for everybody, they have lots of drawer space. Maybe mom and dad get their own top drawer and the kids get the bottom drawer to keep their toothbrushes and the like in. Everything's really easily accessible in here. I have this really nice little fan inside. So these are rain sensitive, so if they are getting rained on, they will automatically close, which is cool. I can also turn on my water pump from this point in the toilet, and I have a nice porcelain toilet. This is not plastic. It's a nice solid toilet, and that makes a big difference. And then there's your flush. So back there you can see there's a light flush and then a deeper flush. All of these RVs are going to be equipped with plenty of black water. The Renegade is going to have a little bit of an advantage, so we have a 150-gallon water tank on either of the coaches. The Renegade product comes with a 75-gallon gray water and a 75-gallon black water. That's a lot of black water, man. And then the gray tank next door is going to be 40 for black water and 60. So for me, that extra 15 gallons of gray water is more shower time if I've not plugged into a sewer system, and mom's all about having a nice long hot shower. Okay, so let's come on up to the front. One of the things that we're going to notice right off the bat, and we'll get to it, we won't talk about it quite yet, but is that you have an overhead bunk in this model. That is going to be a differentiating feature between the two models. But let's start back here, Jody. So first and foremost, both of these have booth dinette setups. This one is a convertible, so this one goes down and can turn into a bed. And then, see if I can just pop this. Excuse me while I pull the snap. So once again, Renegade's all about snaps. This is one of the cushions for the bed, but lots of room for cereal boxes and bread and anything that you might want to take in terms of storage. But one of the things that's a little different between the two models is where this converts into a bed in the Newmar, it slides out and you can actually sit more people. So you can sleep more in this coach, but maybe feed more in that one. As you can see, this is amazing storage. Renegade is just really, really great at giving you lots and lots of space wherever it's available. As you can see with these hinges, they're really nice. And just for the record, we keep batteries, flashlights. In this section here, I have board games. So this is deep enough to put a board game sideways. So cards, all the like, lots of things for the kids, which is really, really nice. And once again, just really solid craftsmanship. This is the same finish that I have. The countertops are easy to keep clean. I think that that's a benefit. And then I don't have this. I love this. This is a really nice long full-length mirror. Oh, look at my pants. I'm gonna pull this down a little bit. Look like a high water's going on there, buddies. All right, so anyway, enough about me. Look at that mirror. Wow. So enough that you can come out, see how you look before you go out there in your bikini and all that stuff, and the beach, look cute and stuff. You'll notice the refrigerators on both are residential, so really big. Both have French doors on top, really huge storage capacity underneath, ice makers. I like this shelf is movable. They're both different a little bit, and I guess if a refrigerator matters to you, it's an important feature to know. You can kind of adjust them, and just kind of a really nice, a lot of space for camping. One of the main differences here is you're going to see, so here to lock these refrigerators, we have these really rudimentary, like, locked locks. So that's a lot different. So Newmar does very fancy, very refined finish, where Renegade's kind of like, tough. Gonna make sure we're ready to go camping, and you can't break it. And not to say that you could a Newmar either, but this is just maybe a little more of a rugged finish, like I said, more cabin-esque. This space above here is priceless. I have found that serving dinner on trays over plates is vastly better because people that are sitting around campfires can put them in their laps. I keep all my trays up there. This is a ton of storage space in here, and these drawers come all the way out. Everything is soft close. That's going to be the same on both. Both of these manufacturers make adjustable shelves, really nice solid pantries, lots of storing capacity. There's really no advantage or disadvantage to either RV. They're just different, and different RVs are right for different people. Both will have a convection oven with a microwave. A lot of people ask me, what do you do? Well, you can preheat this and you can set it to 350 and make cookies, or you can use it as a microwave and microwave burritos. You can do either one, not both at the same time. You do not need to remove the metal to microwave a burrito, but you can. But as you can see, this is a really nice spinning tray, and you can make a lot of stuff in here. So big cooking area. You'll notice here we have true induction. So true induction is phenomenal. One of the examples I'd like to talk about with these cooktops is that I can put a paper towel down on this, and I can get some all-clad pots. I like all-clad because they're also from Indiana, so we're just kind of keeping it all in the family. So you can get an all-clad pot, put it down on top of your paper towel, and boil water. Now, what does that mean? It means this is an all-electric coach. So we have hydronic heating, which means that you're going to be able to use either your diesel tanks to run your heating system or electric. It's running a glycol mix through a tube that's blowing air out over a duct on both of these coaches. It's optional in the Newmar. It's standard in the Verona. So that hydronic heating is also tied into your all-electric cooktop, which means we don't have any propane on board. This is awesome. We don't have tanks to go fill. We don't have to worry about whether or not we're getting low and figuring out who's open up until 8 o'clock at night because we forgot to fill up before we left. Like, it's just all electric. And on the electric note, both of these RVs are equipped with solar panels. So the Renegade's going to have 3 175 watt panels on top of it, and the Newmar is going to have 4 100 watts. So very similar wattage coming in from solar. Both of these are going to be designed so that they're great for boondocking. Your generator is an 8 kilowatt Onan quiet diesel generator, runs off of the tanks. Your tank capacity is 100 gallon in both. They're both dual-sided filled. We're not going to spend a lot of time outside today, so we're just going to kind of cover some of this in the cab. But this electric cooktop paired with your all-electric heat sounds amazing, but what makes it even more amazing is that you have almost instantaneous hot water. So you have a tankless hot water system. Both will have a residential style faucet head. Both have really big sinks. In the Newmar we'll have a double basin, and here in the Renegade we'll have a single basin sink. Both have really nice sink covers, and then in your cabinet area above you've got plenty of room for, of course, all of your books. And for the record, these books are really useful. They put a book on everything that's in this cab. So if you have questions, both manufacturers are really good about having 800 numbers for you to reach out to. When you buy an RV from me, I talk to my clients all of the time by text. If anyone has a question, they shoot me a text. I get right back to them. It's easy. But you can always open up your book and find a lot of the answers you want here. And then lots of room for plates and glasses, dishware. And this is where we keep, of course, the most important thing to me. My coffee cups go in that cabinet right there. And then you'll notice we have another television here. This does detach from the wall. So you can pop it out, and then you can actually watch TV from different places throughout the cab. Both are going to have a screen door. Nice step entry. It's lit. So really cool there. And then one of the biggest differentiating features of this RV is the fact that it has a top bunk over cab. Now the reason we're looking at a 21 versus a 20 today is because I have almost sold through all of my 2021 40-foot VBHs. I'm actually taking orders currently on the 2022s, and I have yet to receive a 2021 Newmar Super C. So really important to understand with COVID and chassis restrictions, if you want an RV like this, please call me as soon as you can. It's really important to me. I'll give you all of the best information. We have 4 locations, so we've got a lot of inventory to choose from. But these aren't just hanging out, man. This is a sold model, that's a sold model. But I really wanted to be able to show you this comparison, so I'm okay with doing something that's already spoken for. I'm going to remove my shoes, Jody, and I just want to get up here really quick and talk a little bit about the space, because it's big. Like, first of all, I have enough room to sleep with somebody else, so it wouldn't have to be just me up here. I could have someone else sleeping with me in this bunk. Plenty of room. This is closable. I guess I should maybe retract it so you can see there's that nightshade. And then all of these lights are dimmable, so you don't actually have to turn them on and off. You could just turn them down, for instance, and have a nice glow. And as it is in all of the cabs throughout this Renegade, there is a USB port, dual USB port up here, as well as a 110 outlet and storage capacity. The nice thing about this is it gives you a place to keep a cup of water. And then, of course, we always have, everybody needs, in every RV, lots of TVs. So we have another television up here. But yeah, this is a great, great feature. Not available in 2020 Verona, only available in a 2021. So kind of a cool thing there. Okay, so let's turn around and not fall off of the ladder on the video. Kind of weird not to have shoes on, but it's not my RV. And as I said, it's already spoken for, so just out of respect to it, we don't want to put our shoes up on his kid's bed. So kind of a cool thing. So once again, slide covers, got this really nice pushy cushioned white vinyl padded ceiling, really good fit and finish. And then I'm going to open up some cabinets here. I really like all of the storage underneath. As you can see, you can fit a regular size trash can. One of the things that we do with our coach is we actually buy 2 other trash cans. So we've got one for inside, one for outside, and we buy a blue one and we use that for recycling. And they all stack right inside here. So when we're traveling, we just condense them into one, and it's pretty awesome. And oh, I don't know, did you see all that space back there, Jody? Like, I keep my trash bags in there. I keep my extra sponges, all my soap dishes. It's just a ton of space. I keep a, well, so this is another thing. So I keep my Dyson underneath in this drawer. And the reason I do that is because the Renegade in the LE will have central vac, but in the Verona non-LE, you have to bring your own vacuum cleaner. The next door coach, so the one that we're looking at in the Super C by Superstar, or sorry, the Superstar by Newmar, has central vac. So again, more storage, tons of drawer space, lots and lots of remotes. I highly recommend a label maker. They're really handy, honestly. They're not hard to manage. But you got just tons of storage. And then here's one of those vents that we talked about. And then really easy access. You've got your panel here. So if you've got any questions and you need to, take a look at a fuse, everything's very clearly labeled. And then of course we've got customer service contact right here. So this is where you'd find the contact on a Renegade. You'd find it right here inside of this door, next to all your fuse panels, right below your Denali tile and countertop. So really nice. And then last but not least, let's get this last bed out. So we've talked about the dinette that turns into a bed. So this just simply pushes down, and then you just put your cushions over. It's a bed. But on top of that, you have more space here for sleeping. Like I said, this coach, to be very honest with you, you've got 2 bunks, 2 in the king. You could fit 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. This could really, I'm not kidding, sleep 10 people. So on that note though, let's talk about how this goes up. It's pretty easy. It's important to leave this latch up so that you can get that release to come up pretty easily. And then you just drop these legs down, pull this out, and then this slides out. And drops down. And you have, voila, a very comfortable, large bed for big people. I am not big, but I fit very well. And there's no weird breaks on this. Like, I know you kind of go, ooh, is that going to be uncomfortable? Not at all. It's super comfy. The cushions are in the right place. It's a great bed, so if you do have some extra hanger-oners, or maybe you go camping and the weather's inclement and you're going to have some people that want to come inside, you got plenty of room. Really easy to assemble and put back. We used this for about 2 weeks this summer. I went to Renegade just to get a feel for how the product was assembled. And we took my daughter, we did Zoom classes. So we drove during the day and, oops, sorry, I don't have that latched all the way, there we go. We drove during the day and camped at night, of course, from location to location. So every morning we get up and put the bed back. I have a 2020 Verona myself. It does not have the bunk over cab. Had we had that, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have had to assemble my kitchen in the mornings. You probably could have just come down and sat at the table. So definitely convenient. On that note, you do not have to have a bunk model Verona to get the bunk over cab. You could have a 36 foot with the bunk over cab and be able to sleep 8. So the extra 2 that you get there just gets you the capacity of 10, or maybe not picking up bedrooms. So 3 seat belts here, 2 seat belts there, 2 seat belts here. Just a few things to discuss. Up here, Garmin's new nav system on the 2021. The 2020 also has a Garmin system. This has a rear view backup camera, side cameras, and the Mobileye is going to give you your active drive assist and lane tracking package, tire pressure monitors, and this is Garmin. In the Newmar we'll have Ren McAdally. Both are okay at best. In combination with Google, they're awesome because they tell you if you're not going to run under a bridge or anything like that, but on their own, RV nav is not any better than car nav, so I guess that says it. So both systems work together. So very cool. Both of them have, oh, shall we do it, Jody? You know we do this every time. We'll have to have the horn test. Oh, that's the sound of the lane tracking package. Okay, so I think we've talked about 350 horsepower engines, 1150 foot-pounds of torque, 20,000 pound towing capacity. Jody, if you want to head out, I'll follow you, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the outdoor entertainment area on both and move over to the Newmar. All right, here I go. So I'm going to kind of follow you guys here, and as you can see, really nice, easy. One difference between the two is I'm not going to have a doorbell here. I do have a doorbell on the Newmar, which I think is kind of nice. And then all of these are going to have a really amazing amount of under cab storage. Great place, for instance, to keep, if you'd like to have, for instance, your paddle boards. You can do that. And then, I don't know if you can catch this, Jody, but while we're standing here, I'm actually I'm going to retract my slide. So retracting my slide from outside of the cab. Once again, this is just really handy if you're going to be in a position where you want to make sure you're not going to hit a tree. It's pretty awesome. These are wind sensing awnings. As you can tell, it's actually kind of picking up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my awning button and hit retract. And I can pull my awnings in. And then here's your outdoor television. So you do have a USB port here where you can stream music into this port or charge your phone. And then this is, of course, Bluetooth, so you can play anything you wanted here, as well as a DVD and radio, AM, FM, so you can listen to the game if you want, not have the television on, or watch a movie or whatever you'd like to do. But like I said, so all of these have a really generous amount of storage space underneath. So these are big cabins, and they're both nicely finished. The difference between the Renegade Verona 40 VBH and the Superstar that we're going to look at right now is going to be here under this cab. Instead of having storage, you're going to have your entertainment system. So that's definitely a little different. So as you can see, I just put all of those slides and everything in with my phone from outside. I can also start and stop my generator, which is pretty cool. And then take a look at this awning system. So we just put in that little awning. this is a Newmar trait. So sticker to sticker, this RV here is $394,518, and this RV on the right is $343,930. So there's a pretty substantial difference between the two, but one of the things that you get is, sure, you have LED lights under both awnings, but in this RV you have a double awning set. They're separate from each other, so one can come out versus the other. They don't have to both come out simultaneously, but as you can see, it's really, really nice to have both of your awnings out because you have a ton of space here. Now, some people like this, and honestly, if you are sitting, oh, that's storage. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and, well, Jody, you can look. That wasn't what I was looking for, but light here underneath. But if you're sitting in a lawn chair watching television, this is plenty of viewing space. Some people like to have the TV up higher. In this Renegade, it's in this cabin. Some of the storage space that you lose here, though, is in a really cool gain in the back of this RV that you don't get on the Verona VBH. I really love this feature. So, well, I wasn't going to cover these, but we'll just show you. There is pull-out slides here that you have, and these are on both sides. There's the attachments for your central vac. There's also central vac outside. But what I was going to talk about really is, sorry, my rings just really hamper my ability to pull this. There we go. See, I got my ring got in the way. Anyway, look at this. How cool is this? So there's your light, lots of room for your garage, whether it's tire shine, aqua hot fluid or oasis fluid. Aqua hot on the Renegade, oasis fluid on the Superstar. Really important to have some extra fluid on your road trips. But look at that, man. You can put a lot of stuff in there. That's good for fishing poles. It's good for brooms. It's good for storage. It's just really, really awesome. So, like I said, there's pros and cons to both. Neither one of these RVs is, in my opinion, better than the other. They're both Freightliners. They're both Cummins. They're both Allison transmissions. They're both brute strength. They both have great camera systems to get you down the road. They're just different, different fixes for different people. So both are really nice. Let's go ahead and go inside. So the keypad is going to be one of the differences that you have here in the Newmar. This is a very Newmar-esque feature. It has a doorbell. It's nice to have a doorbell. The step system on the Newmar is really spectacular. Both have really good screen doors that open and close, so that's nice. But maybe a little lower step for the entry. And then come on in. Let's start in the back. And welcome to the Superstar. As you can see, this is a beautiful RV. Once again, bunk model. Oh, I left the closet door open. Let me close that for you. So I want to kind of catch. Wow. Okay, so now we're in a really cushy motor home. There's a latch here, Jody. I don't know if you can show them how that works. This is one of the very few, very rudimentary latches that we have here. And it's to keep your sliding door from opening and closing while you're driving. But man, look at all of that room. Holy mackerel. That is a lot of space. There you go. Man, lots and lots of space in here. So pretty cool feature of this RV. You also have really easy access to your washer and dryer. So there's your water right there. Kind of cool. And once again, we do have a washer and dryer stacked by Splendid in both. Again, great for people who are camping that have smelly campfire clothes. It's nice in the Newmar. You'll see they give you this big drawer. This is a great place. Sure, you could use it for socks or shoes or whatever you wanted to, but also laundry detergent, dryer wipes or dryer sheets, all those things. And then a lot of little drawers. And I really like these. There's 2 rows. There's 3 on top and 2 on the bottom. And it's just nice to have little drawers to keep little things. That is, again, one of those hydronic heating vents. And then storage, again, underneath your bedstand, along with USB plugs and a place to charge a laptop, for instance, or your iPhone, whatever you might need. As you'll notice, though, look at this detail. So Newmar does a really amazing job in the Class A, and they've really translated that over here into the Super C segment. So you're really getting a very Newmar-esque product with the Super C here. You know, the adjustable bed. I'm not going to put it all the way up. This bed with these little stripes is a bear to make, just so you know. But we got it looking good for picture day. Lots of space up here. I know a lot of times it's very important that you have outlets up top for a CPAP machine. We absolutely have those available to us. So they're right here in the center cabinet, I should say. And then reading lights down below, controls for your security cameras, just a lot of, or your security lights, just a lot of nice features. And then still a great amount of storage space. And you'll notice, so Newmar is a little different. Like, all of the cabinets are covered with carpet. So I put down vegetable liner in my Renegade so I don't get rattles. Newmar does all of that for you. So, you know, you're spending $60,000 more, but you're getting a higher end finish when it comes to creature features, because these guys make the best RVs in the United States. And so to take a company like Newmar and give them a Super C, they just can't help themselves. That fit and finish translates onto this product too. These drawers are ginormous. I'm not going to open all of them. I think 2 gives you enough information. And then, as you can see, there's an emergency exit once again above your countertop. This is a really nice place to do some laundry. If you want to, you know, separate your t-shirts and stuff, you can fold on the bed and then put everyone's stuff out so everyone can put their stuff away. In my house, I'll fold, but you have to put your own things back. Okay, so the light system, you have touch pads throughout the cab to turn the lights on and off. So this is a little different, where if you were in the Renegade, you would use your Firefly system here. There's a touchpad here. There's one above the bed. And then your slide controls are all here. So if I want to put the slide in, which, Jody, here, why don't we trade places? Well, here, let me do this first, because otherwise, but I am going to squish you. He's like, Katie, don't do it. So you put your bed in, you're pushing this button. And so that's how that comes in. And let's go ahead and trade places, Jody, so I can get you out of here before I close you in. And yeah, I'd like to kind of show you what this space is like with the RV closed up. I think that that's important when you're driving to understand. My 16-year-old would be back here for the entire trip sleeping, because that's what you do when you're not hanging out with your friends and you're 16. You don't talk to your parents. You just sleep a lot, or get on your phone, or leave and go talk to your friends. All right, so there's all of our closed-in space back here. It's not terrible. I mean, there's still walking room, but you had such a huge bedroom before. I think it feels a little tight. It's really pretty open. Now, when this slide comes in on this side, which we will do, then this is tight. Then you don't have the capacity to walk around the outside. But I wanted to show you this. So this is that latch that goes up and down. So that's a little different. You know, on the Renegade, it would be a snap and a plastic cord. On the Newmar, it's this really nicely integrated latch, but it still has the same effect. Still giving the parents some privacy so they can go ahead and watch movies. The kids can watch movies up front. And then I'm going to do this once again. I like to go in these beds and show you. Plenty of room. As you can see, once again, a little tiny bit shorter in the Newmar than in the Renegade, but very similar. Lots and lots of sleeping space. This is more than acceptable for a single adult. 2 adults would be tight. If you pan up on the top, Jody, you can show them there's a television in both sections. So that's kind of nice. So really, really good sleeping accommodations. Nice, comfortable place for the kids. USB ports, lights again in each bunk, and also a 110 outlet there. And then bathroom setup is really different and very similar all at the same time. So You have, once again, a ton of space if you wanted to keep things like Band-Aids and, you know, shampoo, hair, you know, hair dryers, and then a really big corner cabinet and a nice medicine cabinet. So very, very similar amount of storage capacity in both coaches. The drawers are a little bit bigger in this bathroom. A nice place to keep towels, but once again, that nice solid Dometic toilet. Nothing chintzy or plastic about this coach. Now, you don't have this big glass backsplash like you do next door. You have the smaller Denali tiles, but still a really nice backsplash on both RVs. Really cool, Newmar-esque, very fashion forward faucet heads, and then lots of storage again under the sink. Place to keep your toilet paper, so that if you were wondering where that roll went, it goes right there. But then you'll notice below that, what do I have here? Well, guess what? I have a kick plate. So the light is nice. You can make sure you got all the dust and the dirt. There's a place to put in your hose. And then Newmar is really, this is a difference worth noting, I think. So you've got your rain shower head, and then you've got your faucet. Now, if you recall in the last coach, we just had this, so it's nice to have both. But the big difference maker for me is I love this seat. Love, love, love this seat. This is so easy for washing your feet or shaving your legs. It's a really big difference maker for me. Both of these, again, hydronic heat and endless hot water. A 60-gallon gray water tank versus 75 if you're looking for that comparison again, and then a 40-gallon black water tank versus 75. Once again, for me, I just say just make it all gray water and let's have long showers, but that's just me. Okay, so let's see, what else do we want to cover? I think we can get out of the center car. Oh, I know what we need to do. Let's show this. So here, once again, really nice privacy, so the kids can go to bed early if they're littles, and they can close both doors. They can get plenty of rest. You'll notice that on this RV, unlike the Renegade, there is no curtain here to cover this area, so you just close the doors and turn the lights off. Same padded, nice pushy ceiling. Once again, big, there we go, big pantry. Jody, come around and show you that. So this one's a little different in terms of its construction. It's not two zones, but still, like, look at the size of these slides. Holy mackerel. And they're all soft close. So really nice big pantry, convection again, same function where you can make cookies, you can make microwave burritos. You don't have to take the pad out to be able to microwave. They both have the spinny plates on the bottom. This convection is the same, true induction is the same cooktop, except for in the Newmar it's removable. It is not removable in the Renegade. So you can take this out, you can make bacon on your picnic table. It's really kind of a nice feature. You'll notice Newmar gives you even more remotes than Renegade. So therefore they give you this centralized remote where you can put everything into one. I would never do that. It would just stay in the bag, but I would absolutely use a label maker and have them all over the place. Here's that cool Girard awning remote. And then since you have that fancy bed that is not only adjustable in terms of being able to sit up and lay down, it's also a sleep number, so you can kind of get your own feel for whoever likes what firmness on with their side. Very different aspect of Newmar versus Renegade is the mattress availability. The sleep numbers are almost standard in the Newmar product line, and they're not optional in the Renegade, so that's the difference. Another thing is, you'll see here we have drawer space. In a lot of the Newmar products, we have an available dishwasher. So we don't always have an available dishwasher in the Renegade product. So for the Verona, for instance, does not have it. So this is another differentiating feature that you would be able to have that. We'll take again a look at our refrigerators. As I mentioned earlier, slightly different setup. Still have some adjustable shelves in a different way. Still plenty of room. The locking mechanism is very different here. So the locking mechanism on the Renegade was that really rudimentary latch. This one is a little more fancy. So you do that, now it's locked. So it's a little more hidden, and that's a very Newmar-esque trait. They're very much trying to stick with residential. And then this space, holy moly, I don't even know what you put up there, but it's a lot of space above your refrigerator. So back again to controls. So I know we talked about the Silverleaf system that we have running this coach. It's here. So here you got your tank levels, your charge level of your house, and then you also have here your HVAC system. So I have the heat pumps running today. It's a little chilly. You got your leveling jacks are the same system. We've got your Girard awnings are a little bit different here. So you could just do 1 and 2 in, and now I'm putting those awnings in. They'll come in automatically. So on the Renegade, I have the ability of just holding the button outside with my phone, but what's nice about this system is it actually has a remote, and it's a one touch. So I can just put them in by hitting in, and they'll both come in. In the Renegade, your house control, so turning off all of your power, is at the door entry. It is here as well, it's just above, where in the Renegade, it's down at the entry itself. Another differentiating feature here is going to be the step cover. So if you have pets, step covers are pretty huge. We don't want, I have Henry, Belle, and Oliver. They would all end up in that window well, but probably, or the stairwell, but probably on purpose because they wanted to cuddle. But yeah, if you don't want your dogs accidentally falling down the steps while traveling, that's kind of a cool feature. So like I said, very similar. Oasis is the hydronic heating system and tankless hot water system on the Newmar, and again, you're going to have Aqua Hot on the Renegade. Still a ton of overhead storage. And a lot of people may ask about satellite coverage and Wi-Fi, all of those things. Keep in mind, even if you find an RV that's not to your taste, it's a really easy thing to upgrade. So all of these are Wi-Fi capable and satellite capable, and of course we can modify them to your preferences. This is a lot of space, once again. So nice storage. This bed is a little different. So we're gonna put this one out today. It's kind of funky, but it's bed storage nonetheless. This little area across the way is not bed storage, just so you know. So this area is an extendable dinette, which we'll look at in a second. I'm just gonna put this ottoman here, and there's a nice tabletop and storage capacity in the ottoman. Ottomans are available in both RVs, so it's not like if you have an ottoman in the Newmar, you can't have one in the Renegade. You absolutely can. Well, I don't even need to put that in that far. This couch is not that big. So slide once again, a little more froofy, a little more hidden system. So still equally as comfortable, not nearly as big as the Queen that you have next door, but from a length standpoint, tall person would be fine. Again, no over bunk storage, a smaller bed here, and this is not convertible. So this area really sleeps probably 4. That one sleeps 10. So depending on what your function is. Now if you had littles, you could probably fit 3 here, but 2 normal people I think is kind of the maximum capacity for this. And that is your storage area. Now do keep in mind, like with Newmar's products, there is a little more flexibility in terms of choosing your couches. So this is not your only option. Renegades come very much custom orderable. You could order anything you want if you want to pay for it. But from a standard feature set, there's 3 interior colors, there's 4 exterior colors, there's XYZ models, where Newmar may say, which couch do you like? Do you want a dinette or do you want a booth? So you've got a little more flexibility in the Newmar product from an order guide standpoint, where when you do that with Renegade, it's going to be more of a custom order. So you'd have to spend a little more time with a representative like myself. We've got a lot of guys here that are really great with Renegade. This is definitely one of the best stores, I think, if you're shopping for this product. We have a ton of product. I don't know, you can't see past Fifi, my golf cart, but there's a whole row outside of Super Cs. So if you haven't driven one yet, dude, come see us. Great test drives, lots of open road to go around. Okay, so I'm gonna mess with this one more time. There we go. Put that inside there. Put my cushions back on my seat. And here is your bed. Or sorry, bed table. So hide a leaf. Oh, and that reminds me, Jody, we're gonna have to go to that back bedroom one last time before we pull the slide in. But like I said, so you could put your 2 chairs on either side and you could sit, I mean, probably 6 people here pretty comfortably, and you're still gonna have your under chair storage. So very similar from that aspect. Once again, more flexibility in the dinette on the Newmar side, but it's not a bed. And then other things that are very Newmar-esque, you know, having your extendable counter space. Once again, really nice storage. For me, this is a negative. Like, that's not a real trash can. That's for your bathroom. But if your husband will take it out for you a lot, then it's not a big deal. This is a huge positive. Like, I love the place to keep my sponge and my dish brush. I think that that's super nice. I would not have a dishwasher on this coach. I would prefer to have the extra drawer space, but different strokes for different folks. Once again, really nice galley, lots of storage room. Please do keep in mind that if you are ordering a Newmar, this rear window is not standard. So that's a kitchen window. You'd want to add that to your build. And then a little more storage. And then that's what we're going to look at back here, Jody. It's just a little more storage. Underneath the Renegade here, you're going to see that it's actually water tanks. And underneath the Newmar, you're going to see it's actually got storage. And that hide leaf was what reminded me of it. But this is a great place to keep things like, I don't know, big jackets and whatever extra stuff you have when you've got a bunch of kids in bunk beds hanging out with you. So 2 here, 4, possibly 6 up front, maybe 5, depending on whether or not those 2 adults are, you know, tight. But yeah, so again, Newmar, super beautiful, more cushy fit and finish, equally as well built. Just really overall different types of latch systems, still lovely craftsmanship, great woodworking by the Amish. This is going to be a Napanee based product versus Elkhart, but both just absolutely beautiful countryside. I can't speak highly enough about the product. I don't know if we covered this either, but there is another wardrobe space. That's why the bed's just a little bit shorter here. But both bunk models are really functional. And please, will you keep in mind, if you don't have grandkids, you can still get a bunk model, man. You can put a lot of stuff in these bunk areas. If you're a boondocker and you're trackside all the time and you've got a ton of racing gear that you want to keep in tubs, if you want to put like all of your motorcycle jackets or all of your pads for, you know, dirt bike racing, dude, get a bunk model. You don't have to make people sleep here. These can be used for storage. And they have extra hanging space, and they have extra cooking capacity, and they have all these great features because they're 40 feet long. So, you know, once again, Newmar versus Renegade, really there's no comparison necessary. They're completely different. One's right for you, the other's right for somebody else. They're both phenomenal products. I do like to put these slides in. So the hydraulic slide that is offered by Newmar is kind of cool. It lifts up and then slides in, allowing you to have a whole house slide. So a really big extension into the living room. Again, this is a 4058. We have several Super Cs available that are non-bunk models by both manufacturers. We carry a lot of product. We've got very knowledgeable staff. We've got great reps in our area that love us because we sell so much of their product. You'll notice here, this is a Rand McAnally nav system. Now we don't have a bunk over cab, but man, look at this sunroof. And again, once again, this is coverable. So they both have these great panoramic roofs. The nice thing about this one is if you don't need the cab space, it's really cool for road tripping. I mean, especially here in the Rocky Mountains, we've got people that are rock climbing all the time, and you can just look up and see all the mountain goats up on the side of the hills and the beautiful scenic vistas that we have for miles around. And I'll tell you, that is, if you'd like to know, one of the main benefits that you have in shopping with us here at Transwest is we're in Colorado. So you want to go to the Rocky Mountain National Park, you want to head out towards Idaho, this is where you come. You pick up your RV here and start your road trip. It's a really great idea. This little cab here, this is where you have your contact support for Newmar. A little different. So Newmar really prides themselves on phenomenal customer service, as does Renegade, but Newmar gives you a person. So that's Bruce Bordner. He's your guy. If you own this coach, you can send him an email or call him, and he can help you. And he knows this RV. This RV is assigned to him. He knows, how to address it. Another thing that's going to differentiate these products, you'll notice that there's this big black cover here. So this air cab is separate in the Newmar versus the Renegade, and what that means is the coach behind you can actually pivot and sway, and it's got a separate cab on, so it's a floating bed, if you will. So this cab is separate from the coach itself, giving you, you can actually hear it when you're driving. It's kind of cool. Giving you a little less of a rocking motion because it's not attached to the house. So the house hits a weird bump, it will have enough yaw where it won't actually throw you because it will be separated from your cab. Just from a personal experience, they both drive phenomenally. Class A versus Super C, wow, what a difference. Keep in mind you're pulling with the front of this coach, right? So you've got these big wheels, this big engine with all of this low end torque, 20,000 pounds of towing capacity versus what you find on a regular, Class A being 5, 7,500, 10. If you want to spend a lot of money, you can get up to 15 and 20, but it's a lot of money to get there. So these 350s and these Super Cs are pulling you up the road with all of this low end torque, and they are eating the freeway. The wheels in front are what's guiding you, so it's a very, very comfortable drive. Now that being said, if you want a Class A bunk model, call me. We'll talk about comfort drive. It's a differentiating factor for the Class A segment. If you're not familiar with it and you're in the Class A market, my name is Katie. Once again, call me. I'll walk you through why it's such a big thing to consider when you're making a purchase. But you don't need to worry about it with that Super C, because the Super C, again, is just pulling you up that hill. It's eating the freeway in front of you. It's really easy to drive. Of course, you'll notice there's a step down in this cab, which is a little different than what you have in the Renegade. So you cannot operate the slides with the key in the ignition. And you say, well, why do we need the key in the ignition? Well, we need the key in the ignition because we wouldn't want to show one and not the other. Really similar layout here. Engine brakes, if you want to know, they've got a high and low setting. The shade up and down is for the overhead panoramic roof. So I'll go ahead and close that up for you. But power windows, heated mirrors, Allison transmission, rear view backup cameras, all those things you're going to find on both of these Freightliner chassis. Same Cummins engine. Newmar does this really cool mirror thing outside of the passenger side window so that you can see the curb below you. It's way up there on top, Jody. You can get there. There you go. So that just shows you right next to your front wheel. But they're both extremely easy to drive, phenomenal products. And I hope that you've learned a lot. I hope that we've been able to kind of uncover some of the differences between the Newmar versus the Renegade. The fact that they're both bunk models was just to kind of make them even. I'll probably follow this up with a Superstar versus a Superstar, and then maybe a Supreme Air versus an XL, because we do have different levels of Super Cs available in both product lines. But as a consumer, I know that when I was shopping for my RV, I really wanted to know the difference between Super Cs. And if you have more questions, I've got more answers. I'd love to help. Again, my name's Katie O'Neill. I'm at Transwest here in Frederick. My number is 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. Please send me an email, text me, send back feedback, leave comments on Facebook. My general manager is really curious as to whether or not this is an effective video. If this is an effective video for you and this is helping you and you like it, give me feedback. I'll give you more. I've got another video coming up on Monday. I love getting this information out to you guys. Thank you so much for shopping with us here at Transwest. We'd love to have you join our family, and even if we're not going to get the business, even if you're in Florida or you're in the Northeast, like, first of all, I got a coach going to New York at the end of the month. I've got one going to Texas on Monday, and I just sent 2 to California. So you can be far away and still buy from us. But even if you just have questions and you want someone who knows what they're doing, call us. We're happy to help. Our main goal is to support our manufacturer, to make sure that you get the information that you need to buy our products and to become part of our family. So again, thanks so much. It's been great having you. Signing off.